Yo, it's Kevin Traders. Welcome back to another weekly recap plus outlook for the DAX, the German index. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see, this is a weekly candle, bullish candle. We opened at 24845.4 and we closed at 24888.4. If we go into the daily, we can see bullish, bearish, doji, bearish. I'll delete this. So yeah. Bullish week, but it was pretty much just retracing the entire week. But yeah, first things first, gotta check the news. I even got this set up. So boom. We did have a bunch of red folder news except for Monday. Thursday unemployment claims, Tuesday retail sales, Wednesday NFP and unemployment rate, and then Friday CPI. Well, it wasn't NFP, it was non-farm employment change and unemployment rate, all at 130, which is fine, our average hourly earnings. And then Friday we had a CPI at 1:30 p.m. But it was a bit anticlimactic, and everyone was looking forward to the CPI. But we'd have a look what everything does. I had a bunch of levels this week. You can see we took $2, which is nice, and the level held as low of the week again, which is nice on Monday, which is kind of like what I said, because I said we're going to be very bullish. If you could have caught this move, that's 500 points. But if you caught it from here to first all 100 over 200, here to here 400, so it's pretty good. But yeah, so coming to Monday, learning session, we actually come up and sweep this draw liquidity on 8 o'clock instantly. Chance of this holding as high today, very unlikely. Why? Because after we did this very strong candle rejection, we tapped back into the level of the forward bullish fair value gap, and we just respected it. And we had a bunch of resting liquidity here, a low resistance. All of this is low resistance. All of these lows got swept except for this one and this one. And yeah, that was just low of the week. But it is literally just OTE from this 15-minute low, perfect OTE, tap into the fair value gap, go into the 5 minute, 5 minutes sits on it perfectly. That's 1040 low of the day, or 1035, 1040 low of the day, perfect timing. And then yeah, runs to 0.6 or even -1 on the 15-minute time frame, which is kind of crazy for OTE. You can easily get like a 10+ hour trade out of that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That was for London session, or you just wait for your level tapped in, and yeah. New York session just kind of pumps up. You will see it here. It was just another OT tab. We'll have a look. But the hourly was pretty disgusting in the entirety of the week. We have this barcode, this barcode, this barcode, and this barcode. So it was literally, I won't really check the hourly a lot, but for New York session, all we had was this hourly bullish fair value gap. There was also this hourly inverse, so you can see here, respected, disrespected, and then inverse. So yeah, these two disrespected, but it's fine. We just tap into this inefficiency here on the 15-minute. It just looks like wicks, and then 230 opens. We come back down to retest it. I think it's right here. It's pretty much just equal lows, and then tap OTE like that, and we just fly higher. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Monday. I would like to say we did leave gaps. I think even here we'll find a gap for us to leave, but this being double lows is a good draw on liquidity for the future. And you can see it gets tapped on Friday. But was anything here? I doubt it. Else we would have probably taken on Friday, because do you like these small type of gaps we do genuinely just take pretty quick. There wasn't much on the hourly. Like last week there was like an hourly gap that got filled on Friday. But here you can see there's not like any gaps here. This 5-minute, which is in line with this, equal lows, and that gets tapped on Friday. But yeah, that's pretty much Monday. And then we pump. So first draw liquidity gets taken, but like I said, this high of the day is not that good. So again, you just extend your draw liquidity higher. So I will remove this draw. That's one draw taken. Coming into Tuesday now. London session, where we at? I think it was right here. London session, I think London session was really clean. At this point, we are bullish, of course, because daily candle on Monday was bullish. And then the 4-hour previous was a breaker structure, as well as a big ass fair value gap, as well as hourly bullish, which there was no break structure to the downside. The previous low was literally here, here, here. Didn't break down. We broke higher here, broke higher here, and we accumulated. So what do? You mark out a 15-minute liquidity sweep. In this case, it would be here or here. Basically, these triple lows. And then what London session does is it opens, sweeps it, and we come down to the 1 minute to look for a reversal confirmation. Oh, I have it marked out. I took this trade, so you can see AOA reverses, and I'm pretty sure that just holds low the day. Does it? No. New York session takes it, but we did have Tuesday 1:30 news, which was here. I'll talk about that later, but this little move was pretty nice. It was enough to make you money. So yeah, we had this nice inverse. Boom. We also have, I think this inverse is way better. This one. Yep. Okay, so breaker structure would obviously, if you wait for breaker structure, you'd be waiting. I would consider this a breaker structure. Why? Because it closes here and the next one opens here. So technically, this kind of closed here above this high. So that's a breaker structure. Then you wait for fair value up. Now you could have just waited for this fair value up and taken the trade, and that's fine. SL below here or here, and you would have been chilling. TP are high today because 11 a.m. Oh, is that 11? Tuesday. I think it was here. 23:45. That was not high today. So yeah, you would literally get the here or even here, to be honest with you. But yeah. So yeah, either way, but I think this, like I said, this here is way better because this is also equilibrium. I know we had a really nice equilibrium tap here, which is nice, but then after the break structure, the next equilibrium tap would have here 8:30, again good timing, so that's why I think this one's better. 8:30, and then if you do it from this low to here, this is also golden pocket, so you could also trading within a golden pocket. And then like I said, this inverse is nice, and then as we are expanding higher, we respect this inverse as well as this bullish 1 minute fair value gap. As you can see, 8:36, again good timing. And then if you just took this trade, and if you had a big SL, but let's just say be SL here, or even let's just say here, because that's like a medium range SL, TP high the day, that's 3RR, very good trade. And that's just simple reversal model, 50-minute liquidity sweep, break structure, fair value up, 1 minute, 8:30, a very good trade. But yeah, that's what I like to see for our 1 hour bullish. It's just really A-star model type shit, you know. Anyways, going on, we came up to touch the gap at this point. No, we didn't. We tapped my buy level. So the issue with my buy level was this buy level was only once we filled in the gap, then to come back down and do go higher, if you remembered. So yeah, it's interesting that I held this high the day on Tuesday, but all it was just, I think it was something on the 15. I literally forgot. I don't know why it's so accurate. I think it's 5. Must have been something on the 5. Yeah, it's just this 25.083.6, and it held again perfectly. It's high the day. But yeah. So after high the day they get placed, we just reverse, respect 5-minute inverses, 5-minute bearish fairly ups. I would just dump, take low of the day, and then we range for the entire rest of the day. But I will talk about what news did, because news was again pretty anticlimactic. But we came up, went higher, filled this in, went lower, took news low, and then just ranged. I know this long was decent, but then again, we just came back down to resweep at 4 p.m. After 4 p.m. resweep, we just ranged. It's just disgusting price action. But yeah, I think we were waiting for CPI, but CPI was again anticlimactic as well, so it's pretty odd week. But Trump's yapping the entire week, which is nice at completely random times. Love to see it. I genuinely miss Biden. But coming into Wednesday, Wednesday now, we did have a better news at 1:30 p.m. We did also create equal highs here. It's a good draw, and the hourly perfectly equal highs, and then yeah, so I will just mark that out. I will just I think this is a nice continuation, if you want to call it that. Let's have a look. Because literally before market open, we were just respecting 5-minute bearish rally ups like here, and then this. What's this line? Oh, it's hourly bearish. My bad. But you can see, yeah, 750. We respected 2 bearish rally ups and broke structure on each one. One break structure here, break structure here, break structure here, and we just dumped on open. So yeah, I would consider this just like a retracement, because we were due a retracement because of this big 4-hour failure up, and then obviously 7 a.m. close, which actually closed at 11, but 7 a.m. comes down to just fill it in. And obviously the draw would be, when you have a big fair value up, is this low here. But to target it is a bit risky, so we just mark it out. I can see the reactions we get off of it. Again, we don't really respect it instantly, so this London session was just a bit crap. We wouldn't have any sweeps, we wouldn't have had a continuation. So it just goes sideways and respects it slowly. So yeah, this whole day was pretty bad. 1:30 p.m. it was right here. You can see pumps up again, fills the hourly fairly up in, and then dumps to low of the day, which would have been 950. And then yeah, that's London news low gets taken, and then takes London low, and then reverses at around 3 p.m., which is like 3:20, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure it's a new 4-hour it's a new 4-hour open. You can see we still respected this for bullish fair value gap. There's too many lines on my chart right now. I will leave that buy level, but you can see this 4-hour bullish fair value gap gets respected, which is interesting. As you can see here, boom. If it's respected, it's respected, and yeah, so you could have actually caught this move from 3 p.m. Seeing that it gets respected, it's very interesting because 3 p.m. opens here, then we dump, then we create bottom wick. If you just waited for the bottom wick to get created, that's fine, because you'd wait for a retracement, and then it's perfect OTE, and then it sits perfectly at 5 p.m. A bit late, but yeah, it's better than to get trapped into this. Even if you just wait for a simple changing character, or what's it called, SysD, you'd enter around here, around here. So yeah, we have an accumulation here as well at 12, and then Thursday opens, which is interesting because we did respect this 15-minute inverse, and in the hourly it's just pretty disgusting. Honestly, the hourly was disgusting this week, but this trade here is very nice. Hourly, pretty much hourly 30-minute OTE. 30-minute OTE perfectly sits on it at 5 p.m. Dodgy timing, yes, but it runs like -2, which is amazing on the 30-minute. But yeah, second draw gets taken on Thursday, which is nice. We will talk about that. Yeah, but you could call it after this forward bullish failure, and Wednesday 3 p.m. Wednesday 3 p.m. is goated, by the way. Anyways, let's look at New York session on here. Here is just simple continuation. So we had one perfect continuation and one perfect reversal this week, which is actually kind of nice. I guess on Tuesday reversal here, right here, and then Thursday we have a continuation, and then draws got taken. So I said pretty good week. Let's just mark out big structure. Why not? Okay. So hourly would have been bullish because of this break, and the 4-hour would have been bullish. I know this break structures to the downside, but guess what? We do not care about break structures to the downside if we're expecting a 4-hour bullish failure up. So for me, the 4-hour would still be bullish. You know what I mean? So I would still consider a continuation, especially when you have a break structure like this. This break structure here and then break structure here, so it's a double break structure. So you would not be looking for sales, you'd be looking for continuation. And then this is the 8 a.m. candle, which is a big 5-minute bullish fair value gap, and then all it does is come back down, taps the middle of it, And then whenever the 1 hour forwards bullish and you leave a fairly up like this, and then you tap into the middle of it, it's quite obvious you're gonna get 2 hour of it. I've seen it like a lot of times. Not to mention you also have perfect equilibrium, and then not to mention on the lower time frames you have like golden pocket and whatnot. But we also have OTE, of course we do. Oh, it's 8:03. That's low the hour. Very good timing for low the hour as well. Wow, will I say? And then perfect OTE. But of course, you just wait on the 1 minute. After seeing this, you'd wait for the 5 minute close, which was doji. What's after that? You'd probably just enter on this break. Enter that break. You can see that's just an order block in respect on the 1 minute, and then there's just 1 minute fair value up here. And let's just say you enter late. Let's say you enter on the break of the 5 minute bullish rally up. Your SL would be outside the fair value up. You're still catching 2R, I'm guessing. Maybe, perhaps. Just about. No. Well, obviously, put your SL here. You're getting 3. It is what it is. Simple continuation. You're getting 1R at least. Even if you like enter out of the break SL here, you can, I think, pretty sure you can still get 1, can't you? This is, yeah, there you go. There you go. Look, amazing continuation. Look at this, perfect. Forward bullish, 1 hour bullish, hits the 1 hour and goes down. So yeah, we didn't actually fill in the gap, which is kind of annoying because I didn't want the gap to get filled in. But I will say we did react off of this, obviously order block and double lows. So we took this draw and then we stomped, which is fine. France did a similar thing. I will have a look now. I don't know what France has been doing this week, but the gap here got filled completely. Well, it touched this and then it dumped to the bottom of the gap, and it filled in it completely. Whereas DAX, what did it do? It filled in the gap, came back down, swept a bunch of lows, tapped OT in the forward, so we should just be going back up. So yeah, that was pretty much Thursday. The rest of Thursday was disgusting. And then what happens is we just went sideways, boom, boom, boom. We then swept a high, and then New York session liquidity comes in at 2:30, and then we just dump, like absolutely dump, all the way down to this low. So that's nice. We also have this draw here that we had marked out. Yeah, so that's nice. This probably might have been the best move of the entire week, 400 points. But it's more of a retracement. The issue with the retracements, they happen really quick. And you don't know how far they run, but we had a nice draw there, so you could have caught that. Again, how could you have caught this if you just went the 1 minute? Let's have a look. That sweep's nice, and then you do it for a break structure. Again, this is like counter bias trading, but if you're looking for that retracement, you're gonna get it. This is 1 minute, it's perfect. I'm pretty sure 3 PM is also really clean. Because I was watching this while I was watching a movie. We were just expecting a bunch of 1 minute structure here, 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 here. And then obviously here, it's like 1 minute fair value outs, 1 minute inverses, 1 minute fair value ups, 1 minute inverses. When you see this after a sweep, it means we are respecting the sweep. Because that's just 1 minute confirmation. And then obviously after that, we just went straight to that draw on liquidity. Oh, not straight to it. We did a little test here, then boom, boom. You know, price loves to do this. So yeah, but we ended up taking it before Friday. Friday was an interesting one because we ended up taking it, and that was just low of the day. We took the draw, nowhere else to go. Let's just mark out 8 AM. I really like this low of the day because it is like this. And then obviously that draw, look, you can see it's a good draw because when we take it here initially, we came back up, respect it, and then we trade higher. So that's nice. I will remove that because it was an official draw, but you know, it's one of them things that you see. But yeah, London session on Friday. So you would view this as a retracement. You'd see, okay, look, these 1 hour bearish value ups again respected. Tap, doji, tap, doji, sweep. Obviously, they sweeps this and taps into this level here, which was like just the daily level getting filled in again. Okay, look, retracement. You go into the 4 hour. You're like, okay, good. We have this forward low, could be a strong low because we broke this high and then we respected this. So came back down, tapped this for bullish value up. Okay, OTE, boom, boom, boom. Delete that. Also delete this. Oh no, that was the AM, so let's do that. But yeah, you can see this perfect 5-minute OTE, and then also taps that level, comes up, retaps at 11:30, which was a bit odd. But the issue with this is it is just a new forward open. So if you look at the forward open, it had to create that bottom wick, and then the bottom wick had to retap this level, demand, which is also just this wick getting rebalanced to 50%, as you can see. So that is just whatever you want to call it, candle-ish theory, whatever you want to call it, but it's just price action. Creates a bottom wick of 11:30 and then just goes higher. And all we do is just come up and take these weak highs. And yeah, we have news on Friday 1:30. Again, you can see this gap here. It was pretty bad. Usually you see 1:30 spike up. It was pretty bad on like all pairs, but comes up and then just goes higher for like 30 minutes. Wicks slower, goes higher, comes back down, wicks down, taps OTE, and then New York session opens here, comes down, taps OTE, 3 p.m. opens. Low the hour gets formed immediately. You also have a really nice 5-minute candle here, which wicks down, closes higher. So I mean, this trade is not that bad if you want to do this. Kinda, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. Pretty decent week. I mean, I really like Tuesdays and Thursdays because Thursday is a perfect continuation. Issue with continuations is you can't catch the higher of a move, but it is really. Oops, I'm just stretching. It's really high conviction because obviously all the bias is in your favor and you're expecting a bunch of stuff, so just ride the trend. People enjoy that kind of trading. But yeah. So yeah, coming to next week, what we're looking for, we are technically in this over daily fairly up. I do want to respect this daily wick, so level would be within here. So we're gonna look within this wick for a level. Perfectly would be here. This for support. Interesting. We also have this 1 hour week low, which should have been New York's low. So let's just put a level here because this could be New York low. And then we also had the news event CPI, where people probably would have bought. So let's take them out first. Coming into, I'm gonna leave this level, but this level is literally purely for. I do like this draw, so I'm gonna put it here. There's no point me putting a draw like here because you could take this. I like it's a nice gap between these two, which is nice. Obviously, a clear draw would be Friday's high, but again, am I really gonna do that? Yeah, I could do. Sure, why not? So we have 3 draws so far, technically all-time highs as well. But like within trading, we have 3, and then all-time highs and 26k. I will move this one from 2570 to just all-time highs, and then this level here again is just could make that a draw. 24.5. I don't think this was in my last video, but either make this a draw or it's fine. So let's remove levels now. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. We could still come down here, but I doubt it. This is a buy. This is a buy as well. We just put buy in there. Yeah, but like this buy level is after we fill in the gap. So best case scenario after this is here. Then we pump, and then we here, and then this cell here is just a thingy, and then yeah, something like this. This is like how I expect the market to move next week. So yeah, pretty much it. That's literally it. That's my DAX recap. Keep it clean and simple. I didn't know if I had this open the entire time. I don't think so. I think I was just checking fronts, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the DAX recap. Here my draws, here my levels. See you next week.